I don't think you were here for the whole time that they were talking and stuff, but we had a little bit of a discussion. We said, her body, her choice. And they said, it is a human being in the womb, but they value the woman's choice over the life of that baby. Is that where you stand on this? So it is a baby in the womb, but the woman's choice to kill that or not is above the life of that baby.
Yes.
Even being an innocent baby with doing nothing wrong, you feel it's okay to take that life?
Yes, because there are different circumstances that tie into that. I mean, we don't know anybody's story, and they could have
Of
had
course.
several things
We
happen to
don't
them.
know people's story, but here's the thing. Do you support a woman being able to have an abortion for any reason?
Not specifically any reason, no. I think it should be safe and legal for specific reasons.
Safe. Okay. Give me your reasoning.
Well, number one, if you were raped and you had a child conceived, I don't think it's right for the woman to have to carry that baby for 9 months after the trauma that she's already experienced.
Okay.
I think that's ridiculous. I
Okay.
mean, she already had that much trauma. Do you know what it's like being raped?
No. Thank God I didn't.
Exactly. So if you have been raped, then you actually know how you feel inside. If that happened to me when I got raped, then I would be very, very upset. And I would want to have my life if I had to carry that one.
Okay.
It's made out of God does not make rape happen.
Sure.
You know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean?
people's choice for sure.
So if God doesn't make that happen, how would he think that created life what came from him? He created it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. So that's one reason that you believe abortion should be legal. Any other reasons?
Yes. I think that if there is something wrong with the child, that they will not survive to term, or if they are born, they will be severely injured so that they will not live for many days. I don't think it's right to make that child live in suffering when he doesn't have a memory, and you can go ahead and terminate pregnancy while he doesn't have a memory versus when he does have a memory. Does that make
So
sense?
you decide whether this child's life he should live or die. It's your choice to kill or let it live.
Yeah.
You are the value system for his life. If he's down here, then no. If it's up to your standards, then yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And any other reasons for
I
abortion?
think those are the main two.
The main two. Well, could we agree that abortion should be illegal and criminalized in any other case? That if we said, okay, those two can stand, but the rest, there's no reason to kill an innocent baby for a reason that I just don't want a baby.
No, because there could be many other reasons, and I just think that that's their personal choice, and that's not my right to tell them what to do.
So the two you want to stand on are the two most prominent, but the other ones you're still okay with killing a baby in the womb. It's just not as important as those two. Okay. So we're still talking about the value of human life. Now, what gives you the right to put a value on human life?
Because I am the one who creates it.
It does take a man to also create a life, but you see that 10-month-old over there, 10-month-old, I created that. Me and my wife created that.
She carried it for 9 months
Yes, she did.
by herself.
Yes, I was there the whole time, but I was also helping. But if she took that baby out in the road and said, I don't really want it anymore, and she just threw it out the road, that would be her choice.
Yeah, that would be her choice. You're right.
So what gives that baby value, and a baby in the womb not enough value to live?
Because, come on, guys. A human life, if you consider it a human life in the womb, then you should be able to receive taxes for the child if it is a human life, correct?
So we're talking about taxes now, determining human life value.
It directly involves that. I mean, if you consider a child a human life inside of you, then it has every right. You should have documentation to say that it is a U.S. citizen or wherever it's born, you know what I mean? Then it should have all these rights. If you feel like that, I is a person when it's created, then it immediately needs to be documented.
I don't understand that reasoning.
Well, I mean, if it's a
We're
human-
talking about whether or not this life is valuable in terms of living and dying. But then to say, well, it needs tax deductions.
Well, I
and
mean, if it's valued enough to be a human life, then it should be valued to be a human life immediately after conception.
Right.
And everything that
Yeah,
ties
well,
in-
that's the thing. We do value it from conception on. I mean, it's a human being at the moment of conception. We said before, at the moment of conception, its own unique DNA is formed, like that moment. So every building block in that thing's life that it will need to develop into a fully formed human being is there. Its eye, you can actually tell its eye color, hair color, everything about that child is already there. It's just in a stage of development. And to say at any point, well, right here, it's even viability. You know, it can survive outside of the womb, or any of these things. You're saying when that life is valuable, and we're saying from the moment of conception, when it's a unique human being, we put enough value on that life to say it should not be killed for any reason, because we value human life to those standards. And
value it so much so that you would take care of the child and
we are willing to help anyone we can. We know there's tons of organizations that help women that need help with child, and yeah, we do have signs. Me and my wife are wanting to adopt. There's waiting lists. We have a list ourselves. This group,
how hard it is to adopt a child. So you know,
because there's not enough children to adopt.
There's not enough children to adopt?
Correct.
Are you kidding me?
Correct.
That is 100% not true in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Now you're thinking. No, what you're thinking of is the foster care system, the government-controlled foster care system. That is a mess, and it needs work, and it definitely needs our help. But Christians by and large are the ones taking care of the orphans and the children that need these homes and stuff. Christians by and large are the ones taking care of these. But we're kind of getting sidetracked on the fact that none of that is relevant when you say, does this life deserve to live or die?
And that's where we agree to disagree. I'm sorry, but
I know.
that's just how I
Well,
feel.
and that's the thing. Where do you get your value system to say that I'm wrong and you're right?
Because a woman has a right to their own body.
But how do you get to say that? What gives you the right to say that?
And you have a right to your own body? Yes or no?
Yeah,
So I should get a right to have my own body.
absolutely. But when another human being is involved, that's a different story. We're talking about it's across the board. When another human being,
Yes, for you guys. That's for you guys. You feel differently. That's just how it works sometimes. Everybody is going to feel differently because we
That's true.
allows us to.
that's true. I agree. We can absolutely differ on this, but the thing that gives the thing that we find how we find the value of human life is found in God, because God has given life. But
That's where we disagree again.
exactly. But what the point to that is that you don't value human life.
Okay. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I'm sorry that you feel that way. Because I do value human life, but it's in a different form.
That would be called hypocrisy to say I value human life, but not all human life. That would be hypocrisy. Do you understand
I
what I'm saying
understand
there?
where you're coming from.
Okay. So I think that's it. I appreciate you coming over and talking to us, because that honestly it gives me a little more insight to what some of them are thinking they can't articulate, or maybe they don't understand where they're coming from. Well, at least you're willing to say.
Some people don't know how to convey it in a different way other than anger. And I do not try to be angry, but I do try to make a point. And if you try to not understand my point because you think of your point only, that's where it kind of differentiates. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because we have to understand other people's
Sure.
point of view.
Absolutely, I agree. And I appreciate you coming over and talking. Just lost the thought I was going to say. But yeah, exactly. We're talking about mutually respecting each other as human beings, giving that. I will give you that. You came over and talked to us, but ultimately, you support. We believe you support murder, the murder of an innocent child, and even at that, I'm going to say we love you and we care about you, and I care about you enough to warn you that these decisions in our lives, they have consequences eternally. And someday, whether you believe in God or not, someday you will stand before Him, and we'll give an account for our lives. It's appointed to every man to die, but after that, the judgment. We will stand before God in judgment. So I pray that you just have you ever read the Bible? Have you looked through it, studied it? I don't think you were an actual Christian, because you would have believed the gospel, the true gospel, but.
Obviously, that changed when I could think for myself and have my own train of thought instead of saying yes to this one. I like to have my own thoughts and my own actions based on what I believe, and that's okay. If you believe something different, but pushing that upon me is not something that Jesus would do.
Absolutely, He's not going to. You can't force someone to believe something they don't want to believe. So.
But that's why people get so angry.
Yeah, absolutely, and even I know the pro-life, pro-choice, both sides. They get very angry, very heated, and I understand where they're coming from, because it's a sensitive topic. It's from your perspective, it's whether or not a woman can do what she wants to her own body. From our perspective, it's killing an innocent life. So I understand the heat that this thing produces. But it is, I believe it's justified. You know, what is your name? Lexi. My name's Keith. Okay. I appreciate you coming over. Is there anything else you want to say, talk about? Okay. All right. Thank you very much for coming over. Appreciate it. Give your friend Lexi a hand. She had the guts to come over and talk. Give her a hand. No? All right.